man, what a great evening for us to be here tonight. To be able to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, have a very special bonus episode of Teague's Takes with some good friends that I don't get to see a lot, but for some reason we talk a lot of trash, a lot of shit because we found each other on Twitter, joined up because we're in the Defender of the Star. I don't know who decided to name it that, but anyway, I kind of like it. I don't know why, but we got the Defender of the Star Fantasy Football League, and so we all joined up and started building relationships. We're all Dallas Cowboy fans. So, yeah, we'll talk a little bit of fantasy, but we really want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys in this huge, important game tomorrow, right? So there's a few things. We got Camber and Shaft in. Make sure you guys welcome them. Follow them on Twitter. They didn't put their handles on there, but Camber, you can find her at, what is it, Camber? At Too Much Camber, T-O-O, much.
Underscore,
Camber.
yeah, much Camber.
Underscore, okay. So I need to make sure that, I guess I got to get the whole meaning behind that as well. You can get Shaft at Shaft Diesel. It's D-I-E-Z-E-L. And of course, they're always doing great things when it comes to our Cowboy Nation and getting solid information out there. So, listen, these are, as I'm looking at this, this game tomorrow night, there's Lawrence. There's always got to be somebody that's late, right? We appreciate you coming in after we get started already.
Come on now.
we said there's always at least one.
Man, I was having technical difficulties, man. Come on now.
Yeah, what was that? The bar, your refrigerator wasn't cold enough for you? What?
I had to get my cold water. That was what it was.
Yeah, to go with the bourbon is sitting right there.
Yeah. Come on now. I got to work tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining in. And I was just getting ready to start to talk about some of the stuff with the Dallas Cowboys, right? Because I think it's a very interesting matchup to me just because of the way the teams are built. The 49ers offense does have some weapons, right? So with Deebo Samuel, you still have Ayuk, you got Kittle, you got Mitchell. They got that other guy that's coming on a little bit, Jennings. Then of course Garoppolo or Trey Lance, whichever way they decide to go. If they mix that up, we'll get into that a little bit. Then on our side, we got Cooper, C.D. Lamb, Cedric Wilson, got Zeke and Pollard. I'm going to use a different name for Schultz just because I want to be silly, I guess. I'm going to call him Skittles just because they got a killer. We're going to call him Skittles tonight. And then, of course, we got Dak. So when I'm looking at the offenses, I feel like we're in a better position. But I would like to know how you guys feel about it, where I'm just being a homer and thinking about it. But when you look at the two for the roster, I want to go with you, Cameron, first. What do you think about the way these offenses are lined up first?
Oh, I definitely think we outpower them, as far as skill level in almost every position but that tight end. Definitely quarterback. I mean, it's not even close. They can start Garoppolo. They can start Trey. It doesn't matter. We outskill them definitely at quarterback. Their defensive line does worry me, as far as, Dak being able to get the ball off. But offensively, we definitely outskill them.
Okay. Does this come down, Shaft? Does this come down to quarterback play? Does it come down to something else from the offensive side to give us an advantage?
I think the X factor is going to be our offensive line. Because they're pretty stout against the run, and if we're going to beat them, Dak's going to have to do it. And if Dak's going to do it, he's going to have some time, because I believe our wide receivers eat them alive. But if Dak don't have time to get it down there, it's going to be a problem.
All right. So which one of you guys had the Cowboys players in your fantasy football team? Cameron, did you hog up all the people? Or?
I had our defense. I know I had
and you didn't have them at first, though. You picked them up kind of late and ran into a gold mine.
I did. I'd like to point out that I started off the year with Christian McCaffrey, and I think I lost my first 3 or 4 games.
Yes.
You got hot at the right time.
I did. You know,
my
and at the
gosh.
very end, I picked up, was that Jacobson and that cat from the cat that I think took over for the one Jacobson. It was that for the Chargers, and the one that took over for the Vikings, and they both kind of just went off. Yeah.
What are you talking about for the Vikings? Running back?
When Dalvin Cook went out, hold on.
Yeah, the running back.
Yeah,
running back.
Madison.
Madison. Yeah, Madison.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that was a good pickup too.
Right.
Yeah, he ate me up in that first round of the playoffs.
No, she got me in the first round, I think.
Yeah.
She beat me in
the first round that I played. Because I had that bye week.
Oh.
Okay. Lawrence, who'd you have? Did you have any of the Cowboys on your roster?
Yeah, I had Zeke, I had Gallup, were 2 of them. Gallup obviously didn't help me much, and then Zeke was a little hot and cold for me. But I mean, I managed to get that 1 seed, and I still got bounced very quick.
You know, and we'll make sure we put this in the chat in our sleeper app. Is that it's kind of funny to me that the people that made it into the playoffs are the ones that made this conference call right here. All the people in the toilet bowl, they didn't want to be part of the show. So let's talk about the running game a little bit, because I want to see. They got a pretty stout running game too now. Elijah Mitchell, he's come on pretty strong. He was out for a little while. I don't know if he was COVID, or did he get hurt first?
Yeah, he was hurt and did COVID, I think.
In fact, he was questionable until this week.
Yeah, likely, right?
Right.
But I don't know that I'm necessarily as worried about that, just because of where our defense plays and all that. I think I'm more worried about how they're going to use Debo, what kind of matchups are they actually going to try to create, with him. Do you guys think that we'll try to track him as much as possible with Trayvon Diggs, or are we just going to let it be and let it play out? What do you think, Lawrence?
Gosh, I've been thinking. I don't know that I would keep Diggs away from Debo, at least unless he's going out like on deeper routes, up and going crossing routes, stuff like that. I don't think Diggs can hang with him.
Interesting.
It scares me to death, man. I think with their game planning, I think if they keep Micah at linebacker, let him patrol that middle when Debo comes around, I think that's a safer play.
What do you think? So you're saying you'd rather him line up against Anthony Brown on all plays than
look? I mean,
Diggs?
I just don't like. Maybe I'm a victim to the whole PFF thing. Diggs does give up a lot of yards, and I think it's because he does go for a lot of picks. So I think Debo's not the guy to be doing that on. That's just me. I don't want him getting.
I want to, and I'm not saying this to pick. I'm just trying to think about this. Which way would you rather have it, Campbell or Shaff? Would you rather give up the more yards or give up the touchdowns? The way I kind of look at it.
Yeah, no, I don't want to give up the touchdowns. And then PFF, I'm just going to throw that out there because of the way they do score it. If like the catch in New England, and there was one, I believe, against Washington, it was Kazee that actually missed that coverage. And because Diggs was the closest guy, they put that yardage on him. So I think some of that is, I would rather have Diggs on there because Diggs doesn't have that really great first step, but he's got that burst of speed. And so they initially think, I got that separation, then he can come in and come back and get the ball on it. So I'm not so worried about that matchup on those two.
That's fair.
I'll give you a comment someone else made earlier when I did a podcast earlier today. David Smoke actually said that he wouldn't want Diggs to be on him because he didn't think he'd be able to tackle him after he caught the ball.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, because Diggs isn't the best tackler. I get that.
Yeah. So it's worried
the funny thing about Diggs, though, is like last year and early on this year, he was tackling way better than he is now. I don't know if he's he's starting to diva up on us or what, but
he talked to Primetime. Primetime told him to make some
right.
business
He
decisions.
has tell him to make
He thinks
business
he's a wide
decisions.
receiver again.
I guess. I don't know, but he used to tackle pretty well. I was impressed with his tackling early, and then like over the last 7 or 8 games, I'm just like, this dude is running around people so that he don't have to tackle them. And I see that. I was impressed with 24 coming in tackling when he had to play. That dude was covering.
He got some time to make up. He got some time to make up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I'm just really interested to see how the 49ers are going to use him. How much is he really going to be in the backfield? Are they going to try to motion him, really try to see what we're doing with him and then try to motion him out of it to get a different matchup or something like that? That's going to be intriguing to me,
Yeah, that's
Shanahan likes
how
to
they do
collect
it.
plays. Yeah, Shanahan likes to collect plays. He finds them all over.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
He's a tough tackle, so they're gonna have to put their hats on, and because he don't go down with that first hit.
Well, we still Ayuka is not no slouch, right?
Nope.
So, should we be concerned with that anymore? I mean, we didn't even start talking about Kittle yet, and can Curse.
Oof.
Have you guys been seeing what's going on, or the smack talk that's kind of started there between Curse and Kittle a little bit? So,
I'm wondering
I don't know, man.
I'm wondering if it doesn't make more sense to put J-Lu on Kittle.
I think
Jordan Lewis?
Yeah, he's probably the most physical guy out instead of Curse and the whole secondary.
Okay.
Look,
he's tiny.
Look, man.
I was saying, I don't know if he's big enough.
He's tiny like a baby.
He is tiny, but you know what though? He tackles very well, and he does body up those tight ends. So I don't know.
And big tight ends have kind of been our Achilles heel this year. We had Gronk. Gronk kind of did what he wanted to do. We had Waller until Waller went up in that game. We weren't controlling him much, and he definitely concerns me in that position.
So how do you guys think? How do you think they will cover up? They're like, what do you think the defense is going to do for just going across the board? Who's covering who?
I think Pollard's got to be out there in the middle, patrolling that middle when Kittle comes across. Pollard's got to, or not? Did I say Pollard? Parsons.
I was like, wait a
switch
minute.
up.
We just signed him.
You know something we don't?
Yeah, put Tony Pollard out there. He can do it. No, I think Parsons is going to be roving that middle, and with his speed and his violence, I think he can. He ain't gonna stop him, but I think he can kind of keep him under control a little bit.
And we are going to have to worry about the middle of the field because we know Garoppolo's not a great thrower, and they dunk and they get 4 to 5 yards on his little tosses, and it's that yak afterwards that they actually excel at. So we're really going to have to cover that middle up.
Either way, I think the key is they just got to tackle. Like whenever they have to tackle at the point, and they can't be letting these guys run around on them.
Well, does that mean are we sending pressure? We're talking about that. How are we going to use Parsons? Is he a rusher? I mean, I know he has to do both. But, it's Garoppolo, I think, is their weakest link. I'd rather us try to stop the run, force him to throw it, even if it is dinking and dunking, like you said. Make the tackle, but hopefully he throws a bad one and pick 1 or 2 and hopefully turn one into pick 6 or something. So
I would be surprised if we moved Tank in a little, Tank in and had Parsons on the edge on some plays on something like that. Let Tank try and stop some of that run too.
Well, I'd be interested to see who they put on Trent Williams. They're big.
Yeah, that's going to be.
I think it's going to be Leal. I think it's going to be Leal, and it's going to be a battle. But Armstead's no slouch either, and so Tyron's going to have to be Tyron that we know.
It's definitely going to be a chess match with these coaches. So what about that? We got anybody that can block Bosa? How y'all feeling about that? Are we good there? I see. I'm looking at you guys' faces. For those that listen to the recorded piece, can't see the faces.
You know,
Well,
man,
also thinking,
I mean, is he going to line up over Tyron, or is he lining up on the other side?
I think
Probably line up everywhere.
I think they're gonna move around.
That's my big
So,
concern.
I mean, I'm not horribly worried about Tyron. I'm worried about everybody else.
I'm never worried about Zach. I mean,
Yeah,
we've only
Tyron
seen
and
Zach
Zach
plays
I'm
at.
just thinking about the tackles.
Yeah. Oh, a tackle. Yeah.
Tyron,
Okay.
Tyron and Zach are solid.
Right.
But Connor Williams and
And
the
Steele.
center
Oh,
are gonna get
Biotish.
ran over.
Biotish.
Those dudes gonna get ran over.
I don't know. I feel like as far as the game plan goes, if they could try to mirror the game plan they had against Tampa Bay that first game of the year, where you were going against a defensive line that was going to stop the run or at least really hamper your running game. If you can give Dak time, like Shaft said, that secondary for San Francisco is not going to hold up.
No.
Yeah.
But the question is the time. How much time is Dak actually going to have?
Yeah, so I'm actually thinking that we need to be pass-minded first. I'm not saying to be all pass, but be thinking to kind of stretch the field, maybe loosen that up. Or maybe they decide to blitz. I don't know. But Dak can throw it quick, and I just feel like we need to be pass first to try to set up the run because, what do you think have you guys been impressed with that running game? I know we're getting
Not at all.
How are you guys feeling about our run game?
Not since I haven't been impressed with them since like week 3 or 4, maybe. After that, it's been straight downhill.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not very confident in that. I know it's always run the damn ball kind of thing. But
do you think it changes because now we have Jarwin back, though?
Pass the ball to run the ball.
But do you think it can change because we have Jarwin back? Or, I mean, trust me, I have a huge problem with both ways Schultz and Jarwin blocks.
Yeah, neither one of them blocks. So
no,
I mean,
our best blocking tight end's McKeon.
I think what they probably want to do is get more of that outside, what do they call outside zone running with Pollard, because inside it ain't gonna be no action up in there.
Mm-mm.
They need to get that ball a little bit outside the tackles and see what Pollard can do. And Zeke, he doesn't have his burst right now, so it's gonna have to be the Pollard show if we're gonna run.
I think we can do that, and I think we'll probably see more of the quick throws to the outside. Earlier, I thought we were kind of telegraphing that a little bit. I can't remember which game it was. Someone almost ran right in front of him and took a pick six, so it must have had some kind of tendencies there. I was like, he didn't even bite on anything. He just went straight for the ball. So that's some kind of tendency that we have.
Yeah, that was against Arizona.
Yeah. Buda Baker, that's right. Almost took the thing to that. I was like, ooh, bro, that's film study. Something ain't right. So I hope that we did a self-study on that.
Because they did I can't remember what game it was. It was early. Maybe Tampa, where CD was over there and he acted like he was going to get one of those. And then he took off down the sidelines and Dak put it up there. They need to do something like that to keep them honest so that they ain't just jumping that thing. Because that worked out pretty well. I was impressed with that. That was when Kellen was in his bag.
Kellen needs to find that bag tomorrow.
Do you think? I mean, do you think that the rumors are true that Kellen was told not to go so deep in his bag and hold some stuff back, or is that myth? I mean, is that because we know Belichick's done it? We know Belichick.
I hope that's the case
because we knew we were getting in. You mean don't show everything and try to hold on to it?
Yeah, I hope so. I don't believe it, but I hope so.
So do I.
I don't know that I believe it either.
I don't see a professional team like doing that unless they have so much in that bag that they can just kind of go basic for most of the season and then bring out the good stuff when it counts.
Well, he's auditioning for a job tomorrow, so
yeah, he's got a. I think I read somewhere that he's gonna go all Harry Potter on the game plan. So we'll see. I'm just excited, man. I haven't felt this good about a Cowboys team since the 90s, so I'm excited.
And that's what makes me more nervous than anything else again.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You feel good about it? Did you feel good about it?
Yes. It
I
scares the
forgot
crap
how
out of me.
nervous and sick it made me in the 90s to play these Niners. I
Right?
forgot it. And all
Right?
these feelings have came rushing back. And God bless you, Niner fans. I forgot how much crap you all talk. I forgot. I forgot.
Oh, yeah,
And
they're
then
out of the
come
woodwork
full
now.
speed. I'm just like,
They're
oh,
out of the woodwork.
I'm getting all kinds
I
of
need to
text
find me some
messages.
Jesus tomorrow.
There's going to be all kind of pictures because there's probably going to be a lot of red in there.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
For sure. There's going to be a lot of red in there.
I hate that so much. Every time I go to, like, I made a mistake. And I went to that Denver game.
Mm.
All that
And
orange is up in there.
all that orange in there, it just made my stomach hurt, man. I was just like, why is this stadium like this?
Why do you think that happens? Why do you think? Is
Well,
it people really selling their
Denver's
tickets? They're
close.
just buying 50,
Denver's
50
close
tickets?
to travel.
Denver's
close
not
to travel
far.
for them. So that's an
Denver's
easy
not
game for
far.
them to travel.
And I think it's also that Jerry made a place, like he made a destination stadium.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go.
And tickets went cheap for that game in comparison to other games. I mean,
Yeah.
people were just dumping those seats off pretty cheap. So, and I think it was a catalyst of quite a few things.
Yeah,
Jerry-
and I think there's a lot of transplants, especially,
Mhm.
like for San Francisco, a lot of them people going to live in the area. So it ain't no thing for them to go. But
Right.
it still makes my stomach hurt every
yeah.
time I see it.
I got to give a shout out to Monica really quick. Thank you for joining in the chat. There's a little family down there in old Alabama. Make sure you call Consuela a little bit later because we just talked to I met another family member. I'm getting off the subject here, but this is just really interesting. It's on somebody else's podcast, and I happened to see the name Raby in it, which is my wife's maiden name. So I interrupted that podcast. So like, she got to be related to my wife just because she's Raby. There's not very many of them. And then lo and behold, Monica asked her where she was from on someone else's podcast. She said Linden and Demopolis. And I was like, oh, you definitely oh, Monica, my bad. But it's very interesting. So anyhow, here we are. Okay, so let's get back into this. So you guys mentioned about their secondary not being that good. I don't even know who their corners are, really. I know they got the
So apparently they benched Josh Norman, which
He's still in the league.
I was
still?
right? I was like, no, play him. Play Josh Norman.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And then
I mean,
Mosley.
I'm just wondering if that's part of the plan. If we're having to go ahead and try to attack them first. I mean, if they're that weak, the guys that we have, Cooper, I like that he let him fall a little bit and start asking for the ball and tell him, hey, throw me the damn ball, kind of thing. CD is already a dog. Cedric Wilson has just been playing, I think, as good as we could ever expect. So
yeah, no doubt.
Right.
Love Ceddy Bear.
I don't know why we don't go after him a little bit, but I don't know. Are you guys in agreement with that, with the run pass or ratio going first pass or
pass? Yeah,
pass,
yeah, absolutely. If they come out and run their very first series and their first down play is a run, I might throw something through the TV. Play action like something.
Right.
I just don't want us to go through it first.
Right. Yeah, they're going to run on first down.
They allow a 52% conversion rate on 4th and more than 9. They're like 8 points worse than any other team. So, we get down the red zone.
Go for it.
And speaking of fourth downs in the plus territory, we shouldn't even try to kick a field goal. Or no,
you got no faith in Zerline at all?
Come on, man.
Zero. Try.
Grab the leg, baby.
You heard what Jerry just said about him. He's the guy. He can,
He's missed more field goals than any other kicker in the last 3 years in this league. He's missed 22. 22 in the last 3 years.
I would rather lose the game like trying to catch up to the points as opposed to missing a field goal and losing that way.
That's what you say. That's what you say now. Until
you better leave Greg the leg alone.
I know.
I have faith in Greg. Like he's gonna miss the first extra point. I chalk that up. That's gonna happen. But then he's straight after that usually.
Usually.
Okay, so I alluded to it earlier, but Michael Parsons, how are we you thinking we're going to be using him? Is he rushing more, playing closer to the line of scrimmage? A linebacker core, him. I don't know how you guys think about LVE and how he's playing right now. I'm kind of.
He's been better.
Yeah,
And I think it really
he's
helped.
definitely.
It really helped when Gallimore came back. When that interior defensive line got shored up more, you could see some of his play. And then there's some times that you just wonder what he's doing. But
Like
yeah.
whenever they try to use him on the blitz, they should just stop doing that. He does not blitz well. He does not blitz well. And then I think Keanu's out this week too, right?
Yeah, he's not playing.
Yeah, Neil's already out. Yeah, it's a bicep strain. But
that's why
Osa, Gallimore, and LVE are going to have great games.
Yeah, I feel like maybe start the game off with Micah just playing linebacker, and then if you can get a lead, then just tear him loose after Garoppolo. Because they're going to be – you would think they'd be forced to pass, although they were down 17-0. The Rams that still ran the ball. So,
yeah. It's Luke Gifford time. You see some Luke Gifford in there.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, I was worried because if someone goes down out there at the linebacker core, I just think it's – I'm hoping nothing ever happens like that. But, there's a lot of people auditioning. We're talking about players and all that kind of stuff, but you got those coaches that you're saying they're auditioning for the job. Dan Quinn, I don't know how many phone calls he's probably been on this week. I'm hoping they just stay focused on this and saying, hey, yeah, all right, I'm looking around, but Lord, let's stay focused on this task at hand. Your bread will come, your money will come, your job will come at the right moment. Think about us.
They got him pretty much penciled in Denver.
Really?
That's what I'm reading. He's pretty much in.
He's their number one candidate. Will he want to go there? You're going to a team that doesn't really have a solid quarterback in place for sure.
Yeah, he's a defensive minded guy. He wants to make sure he got defense over there.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. But you're right. Now, taking a job that don't have a quarterback is kind of hard.
Right.
They're gonna get Aaron next year. Don't worry about it.
Get him out of the NFC. That's fine. He can go to the AFC.
Yeah, we have
get
to
him out of here.
On that once free agency starts hitting it up and people because Aaron Rodgers actually leave. They're gonna bring up the Brinks truck for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay now. Then he just showed it and paid a man crazy kind of money. I don't know. For them to figure out, right? For them to figure out. Okay. So what do you guys points are the spread is at 3. We're favored by 3, which basically means that everybody's saying it's even. They're giving us the 3 points because we're at home. Do you guys see in this? We'll give predictions right now. What do you think? You can do it either way. Do you think if we cover the 3, or you can actually give us a score prediction? I want Lawrence to go first.
I do think we cover. I think we win 26-21. Zerline misses 2 extra points.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
But that's where my head's at. I think people need to just strap in because it's the start of the game's not going to be pretty. I think, but I think they'll get it going toward the end of the first half and into the second half. They'll pull away.
All right. Too much, Camber. What do you think?
I got us going 30-21.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
So she's hitting right on the over under. I guess we didn't talk about the the over under there. I think it's at 51. Is that right? Yeah, I think it's right at 51. So you're on it. Shaft.
Well, I'm going over, and like Lawrence said, I think it's gonna be a tight one early because we're gonna do what we do and stumble out of the blocks. But I got the score at 38-17. Cowboys. Yeah.
Woo!
We're gonna do that.
Wow.
Write it down.
You ain't got to write it down. It's on recording right now.
I just feel that once we get past that initial awkwardness that we have in some of these big games, I think that they're going to start clicking, and the third and fourth quarter it's going to be all us.
Are we ready? Are we really prepared for that to happen? If we don't start off fast, maybe it's close or we're a little bit behind. Is our makeup on the offensive side of the ball and our mental piece? I think are we going to go in the tank? Are we going to try to climb our way back out of it?
I
I think we'll climb, man.
I don't want to. I think we're 10-0 when we score first. Let's just stick to that plan. I would like to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I think we can. I think we can mentally climb out. I don't think Dak lets these dudes because he's like the ultimate optimist, and I don't think he lets them get down in the dumps or whatever. So if they get down early, they can handle it. Like previous years, if they'd have got down early, I might have just turned the TV off. But this year, I think they could come back.
And I think this is the game that Dak needs to take. If he gets a running lane, he needs to take it. He needs to provide that weapon that San Francisco has. Okay, maybe we need to start putting a spine. He's got to take those lanes. He can't be looking for every pass. If you can get the first down, and live for another play.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And I hope he does. I wish we would use our legs a little bit more. And I think he needs to just be a threat a little bit, especially if they're honing in on Zeke and Pollard, intentionally trying to slow them down. I think he needs to,
And I think he's more mobile right now than he was earlier in the year. Because whenever he did take off earlier in the year, I'm like, dang, Dak is slow.
He wasn't really
but like the last couple of games when he took off, he had a little more giddy up. So I think he's probably not 100% confident in that leg, but or in that ankle, but he's feeling more confident, and hopefully he will do what Lawrence says and take off more because there be lanes.
It's time to empty the clip. I mean, this is it.
Mm-hmm. So Monica says he seems afraid of getting hit.
I don't know. He ran down in that touchdown, and he didn't seem afraid then.
Yeah. Yeah. She's saying, hey, maybe they're trying not to get re-injured. I think we all wanted to see it just a little bit, just to see if he had the comfort level to at least be able to run when he wanted to, or if he could, So, because I kind of felt the same way at the beginning, like maybe he's, a little bit worried about this thing, so we're going low on him or something. But I think he'll be all right with that as well. So I didn't give my little prediction. I'm going to throw you guys a little shocker right here, I guess.
Uh-oh.
So I do think we're going to win. I think we're going to win by 3. I'm going 26-23. And Zerline is going to win the damn game. It's going to be tied.
Let's go.
Kick the ball with Zerline. Yes. And I do hope it's like a 52-yard or something. But anyway, that's where my mindset is. So I'm trying to roll with him and saying that, he can shut some of us up about being able to not trust him the way we can. I don't know.
Hey, I welcome him to shut me up.
Right.
That's right. Well, it'll be interesting to watch and see. So let's talk about some of the old things before we break out of here, because I don't know how all of y'all are young. All of y'all look like y'all like 2021, so y'all might not have been around in
I wish
90s or 80s.
No.
Playing.
I was there for both of them.
Oh yeah.
So do you guys have any special game? Out of all the 49ers games, is there any one that really stuck out to you guys that you guys look back into and said, man, I really, like that one? Kevin Smith fighting in the end zone, out in the field, getting hit in the nuts and all this kind of stuff. Is there one that you guys, really think back to when we talk about this old rivalry?
I had the pleasure of being at the championship game in Dallas when San Francisco in 93, well, 93 season, 94 season, whatever it is, when Bernie Kosar had to come in and take it. That throw to Alvin Harper, I still don't know how it got through, but yeah, that was Texas Stadium. That was probably one of the loudest times I've ever been in a stadium. So loud.
Yeah. Okay. Shafty?
I mean, obviously I remember all of the 90s ones, but the San Francisco game that I remember most was the one with Romo and the punctured lung.
Jesse Holly.
That Jesse Holly game. Just because he was awful. He was awful to begin with. And I had been a Romo defender his entire career. And he came up and I was so close to just falling in with the crowd and just hating on him. But he got hurt, came back, and had a great game the second half. And that's the one I remember most.
Okay. All right. Kevin?
Lawrence kind of took the Alvin Harper one, catch from me, but that other catch, still haunts me. To this day, it haunts me.
Yeah.
I remember sitting in my parents' living room watching that. What just happened?
Yeah, my dad made me cry.
The Alvin Harper.
Every time I see that replay, I get angry. Everson Walls was my dude. I loved Everson Walls. That was my favorite player back in the day. Him and Danny White.
I kid him all the time when I say, I was like, dude, what is just the angle they show on the front camera? I'm like, dude, were you even close to him? Looked like you were jumping out of the back of the end zone. What was going on?
Right.
Like,
it was Too Tall's fault. He mistimed his jump.
Yeah, man. So that is the one that I typically think of as well. That might surprise you a little bit because I was involved in a couple 49er games where I got some memories there for myself. And actually, I'll tell you guys, and for those of you guys who are listening, we do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe and like. And thank you for listening on any of the podcast channels that you are listening to us on. But it actually wasn't the year of when I hit Terrell Owens that I'm actually speaking of. It's a year after. Most people don't know that we actually played again the following year. And so that was, as a player, that was especially after that incident had happened, and then it was the rematch, and all this kind of stuff. And lo and behold, it was. Can you believe I actually had to match up with him man to man in the end zone? That kind of late in the game, and I was like, see. Guys, acting kind of funny over here right now because and it was almost kind of like a hurry up kind of deal because I really wasn't even supposed to be on him. But I think people were afraid to go over there and be on him and just kind of left. I was a safety, so I need to cover up for everybody, And so I got matched up on him. And man, for those of you that have played sports, you have to know what that kind of intensity and how your heart just kind of goes because all eyes are on you. Well, good thing is I broke it up. I won the battle, man to man on the dudes. Never really ever talked about, but that was like my proud moment. And I actually gave him a little something extra at the end. I gave him a little something like that. And he was looking around like, come on, like this kind of deal. And it was very funny because as we were walking off, I think they went for it on fourth down or whatever it was, could have been third down. But the ref, as I was cheering and doing my little stuff, he kind of, stood beside me because he can't talk to you, whatever. He's like, I could have got you for that, right? And I was like, hey, man, I just kind of ran off like, hey, whatever. He's going to get a little bit of this shit because I had some stuff wound up from last year. So anyway, that was a little hidden tidbit from old George Teague about that because we're always talking about the year before. Maybe I got to go find that old film and kind of start pulling that one up a little bit. Show some people about that because the rivalry is not exactly what it used to be, I guess, because it's been so long. In my opinion, it's just really about now they're in the dance and in the playoffs, and they're just different. They're money games, and people are trying to look at that. So you're talking about Georgia holding back on us. You didn't share that with the fam. No, I didn't tell that. Consuela knows about it. Little something. But anyway, it just kind of amazes me that this comes up every time. It's real. So playoffs, heightened awareness. I'm hoping our coaches don't have any tightness that they can play. Coach, relax as much as they can and make the right calls. So which one of you guys are actually going to the game? Anybody going to be up in the stadium?
I'll be there.
Yeah, me too. I'll be there.
Yeah.
I priced out tickets to fly down, but way too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about going, but I went to that Denver game and saw how that turned out. I'm not going again.
I don't want it to be your fault.
Not during the playoffs.
Don't want it to be your fault.
I've been to 2 playoff games there, and we've won both of them. So
okay,
the lucky charms.
I went to the Detroit when they played Detroit in the playoffs. We won that one, and that was the loudest I've ever heard Cowboy Stadium in that particular game. So
sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
Oh no, so I was like, so I was really looking forward to going to the playoffs this year. But after that Denver game, that hurt me so much I couldn't go back. I was like, I'm not doing it. Maybe it was my fault. I can't do it.
And whatever superstition you got, just leave it that way. And
I got them.
You ain't got to be there. Just root us on. Get that
let me tell you. You brought up that Detroit game, and since I live here in Detroit, you have no idea the amount of people who are still. Hitchens they didn't call that penalty. I'm like, come on, man. Like, if you just look at the play, you knew that you saw Pettigrew grab his face mask first, man. Like, just stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
If you want to win the game, score some points in the second half. Just being ridiculous. But even the talk show guys out here, oh, we got screwed in Dallas. Oh my God. It's so ridiculous.
I mean, it's gonna be that way. I mean, we still talking about Dez caught it, so
but he did catch it.
Yeah, true. he absolutely caught it, and he always gonna have caught it. But
you better not lose on no mess like that.
Oh,
I mean, did you see the officiating in that first game?
Oh, it was so bad.
Raiders.
Yeah. I was like, man, I am hoping tomorrow is nothing like this because they were awful.
Just the Bills game over with yet? I'd say they were routing.
Oh, it's been over. It's still time on the clock, but it's been over.
What's the score? You got it.
33-10, I think.
Oh, geez.
Good Lord.
Yeah. The Bills did not come to F around.
So apparently the referee crew that we get tomorrow is known for calling more penalties on the away team, and they do a lot of DPIs. So,
Anthony Brown's gonna get caught up with them DPIs again.
That won't be good. I just hope we don't have pre-snap penalties, or any of those kind of things, particularly on offense. We're putting ourselves behind the chains.
We just can't beat ourselves.
That's right. Okay, last thing that we're gonna say, and then we'll call it a night. Maybe 45 minutes in. I'll let Cameron go first. Finish this statement. The Dallas Cowboys win if you're on
mute, Camber.
Got yourself muted.
My AirPod fell out and I stuck it back in. I didn't know it muted it.
We got you. The Dallas Cowboys win if
our offensive line holds their defensive line.
Okay. All right.
That's matchup.
I like it. Jeff? Dallas Cowboys win?
Dallas Cowboys win if they can hold the 49ers rushing offense to below 130 yards.
Ooh, good one. I like the way you're thinking. All right, Lawrence.
Okay. Well, Camber and Shaft took both of the ones I was going to say. So, the Dallas Cowboys win if Kellen Moore empties the clip. Be creative, pass first, just every play you got to go, just get it out there and just put it on them. Just please, I don't even want a close game. Put it on these guys, and let's go into Tampa Bay next week.
All right. So I'm going to say the Dallas Cowboys win if our defense causes multiple turnovers. Give our offense a chance to be able to do all the things that you guys were just talking about. We got to create some turnovers.
And block a kick. Why not?
Well, that's what it is. Block it. Go get it. Just don't run to the kicker. Whatever you do.
Yeah.
Right.
They've been good lately with that. Every time I see them going for it, I'm like, oh, don't hit them. Don't hit them. And they either block it or don't hit them. So that works out.
Okay. So, Lawrence, why don't you tell us your Twitter handle again, just in case people want to come follow you?
At LFMJR22.
You want to talk about that? What the heck is all that mean?
It's my name, man.
All right. Well, that makes you. Are you on Instagram? I don't know. I can find you on Instagram.
I'm on Instagram.
Different name.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. That's what I was like. I don't know where he is. Shaft.
I'll find you.
Okay.
Oh, I'm at Shaft Diesel on Twitter. But I mean, don't nobody follow me. I'm a lousy follow. I don't. All I do is talk crap during the game. I don't post no news and notes or nothing like that. I just try to get my opinion out during the Cowboys games. Other than that, I ain't talking about nothing.
Is that where you get your news? Is that where you get your news from too? Your Cowboys?
It is where I also get my news.
So you're a troll. Yeah. Oh, you saying you trolling around everybody and dropping your opinions on everybody's line? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I'm not like a deviant troll. I just I'm just putting facts out there, man. The way I see it.
The facts out there, the way I see it. I like that.
That's right. My facts.
Those are facts. All right. Camber?
It's 40-10. Sorry.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. On Twitter at TOO_muchcamber.
All right. So, and I just have to ask this because I really don't know. I see you post. I think I see you posting a lot about NASCAR too.
Yeah, that's
right?
actually where that nickname came from.
Yeah. So what?
They run camber, and if you run too much camber, you can blow the tire and cause mayhem. And so all my NASCAR friends would kind of be like, there's too much camber if I got a little crazy.
Yeah.
So
I think I've seen some of those tweets you put out there where you were causing a little mayhem.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
That was your first love? That was your first love before football?
No. Football has always been my first love. NASCAR has always been right there. One of the things that I am involved in is I'm on the board of trustees for the Speedway Children's Charity at Texas Motor Speedway. And we raise money for other children's charities right here in the 4 counties around Dallas. And if you filled Texas Motor Speedway with children 17 times, that's how many children's lives we've touched. So I've been with them for, I think, this going on my 16th year now. Just trying to help out the kids in North Texas.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. And for you guys that touches your heart, please
absolutely.
Sure you reach out to her. And help support those causes. Anything we can do for kids is always good. I might have a special gift for you. You're saying that, so okay. I will make sure I reach out to you. And,
okay, awesome.
And share it with you a little bit later off the air.
Perfect. Thanks.
Okay. Well, I think that's all I got, fellas and ladies. I think it's been good. Thank you guys that have been tuning in. I know we got some people behind the scenes just listening to what we're saying. Everybody's excited about this game, trying to figure it out. People starting to get nervous. I'm getting all kind of things. Man, I'm nervous. I'm freaking out, whatever. What time are you going to be there? How early are you going to be there? Are we drinking before or after or what? All this kind of stuff. And I'm like, man, me and my son are going to be there nice and early. And we're going to enjoy the atmosphere. And promise I won't jump into the stands and hit nobody just in case things. go wrong. I'll behave. I'm going to be a fan tomorrow. I'm going to have on my white, and I don't know which jersey I'm going to wear yet or what kind of shirt. I hadn't set my clothes out yet because I got all afternoon to do it tomorrow. But I'll be there. So thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. And because my son normally does all this behind the scenes producing stuff, I'm trying to figure out how to hit the close. So I do apologize. But thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Sight, new, Hank, go, big time. Y'all know how this shit go, you know. All eyes on me.